I call the regularly scheduled meeting of the Woburn Zoning Board of Appeals to order. I would like to remind everyone in the audience that this hearing is being videotaped and audio taped, so please keep that in mind if you decide to approach the rail to address the board. To begin our hearing, I would ask that everyone please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on, actually, before I begin, we had two items on the agenda. The second item on our agenda is continued until next month, so I don't know if there was anyone here in the audience who is attending in order to hear the proceedings on 99 and 103 Commerce Way, seeking to modify a variance in connection with the signs at 101 Commerce Way, but that matter is not going to proceed this evening, that it's going to be held at next month's hearing. So, the first item on our agenda is the petition of Lorraine Macario, 1100 Main Street, in connection with a request for a variance to reduce the minimum lot size requirement from 15,000 square feet to 11,558 square feet in connection with the request to build a two-family home at that address. Is the applicant here? Hi, if you could identify yourself for the record, please.
Good evening, Mr. Chairwoman and the members of the board. I'm Joe Currier. This is Lorraine Macario.
Hi, welcome. Okay, so we have your application. Who's going to do the presentation to the board?
I'll do the presentation. This is 1100 Main Street. Lorraine has been residing there since 1956. And it's basically, it's a hard, difficult decision for her to make the move financially. She can't afford it no longer and make the move. She's had a couple real estate agents over there to decide what to do with it, how to move it, and, you know, being outdated and, you know, need some work there. Feasibly, it wasn't feasible for her to come up with that money. I'm a friend of a friend. I'm kind of familiar with the situation here, so they asked me for my opinions and my help. So that's why I'm here tonight. And looking at it to renovate it, as it stands, 960 square feet, isn't feasible. It puts her upside down. We're trying to renovate it and trying to sell it, you know, putting the money into it to bring it to where somebody could buy it. Right now, it's only listed as, you know, a contractor builder would be the only ones that could buy something like that for a short fee. So we looked at option 2, which would be to put additions on it, turn it into a two-family, then it wouldn't need a variance at that point, leaving the existing structure. And the situation where the house sits and all that, that didn't make sense, talking to some people. So option 3 would be to raise it and reconstruct it. And that would give her the, you know, that would benefit her with the most of, you know, financially, with the real estate. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairwoman.
Okay, so as I understand it, the existing structure is a single family?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and the request is for variance in order to construct a two-family home on the lot?
Yes, because today's zoning's 15,000 square feet.
All right. Am I missing something? Isn't there the ability to raise it and reconstruct a single family on that lot?
Yes, but due to the Main Street, you know, and it's an R2 zone, so it's a two-family zoning. But thought about the
But
same.
only if the lot's big enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So in order for the petitioner is seeking a variance, And so under the statute that governs the variance, the board would need to find that there's a specific hardship that relates to the real estate itself, to the
Yep.
land. Whether it's the slope of the land, the topography of the land, soil conditions of the land, that basically justify not complying with the 15,000-foot minimum lot size as to this property in order to construct a
Correct. So,
two-family.
so the option one, we had to renovate it or even put in an addition. The way it sits right now, it does get water in. If anybody that knows that side of Main Street, you got the ledgy hill on her backyard there, and it does bring some water down there. So that, the existing foundation is what brings in water, and what's not going to make it feasible to, renovate or sell something that's takes in water.
All right, but that's the result of the faulty foundation? I mean, I don't see any indication there's wetlands or anything on that.
No, there isn't. It's just a lot of water comes out of that hill.
All right, so is there anything else about the soil conditions or the property itself?
It's alleged lot, so no matter what anybody does, it's, so that you can't get any square footage in the basement of that home because of the ledgy conditions. So it's not like they can add square footage in the basement, so you're just stuck with the 960 square feet.
It has a full basement now?
No.
So what, is it on a slab?
No, it's got a basement, but it's not, you got little knobs kicking in there. You got a furnace down there, a water heater, so nothing.
How is it, so, I didn't ask if it's a full finished basement, but is it a full depth basement?
It's a full depth basement.
Okay. All right, so the soil conditions of the lot didn't prohibit a single-family home with a full basement being constructed there. Let me just see if I had anything else. All right, let me ask, is there anyone else on the board who cares to be heard?
I did have a question through the chair. So changing this by conversion, would you still need a variance? Now, that's 10,000 square feet if you converted it, correct?
If you converted it, it would not need a variance.
So where's the difference between whether you raise it, knock it down, versus the
existing conditions of where the foundation is in trying to convert it to adding on to put another two-family the way it's located in the lot, it's, on the plot plan, it shows the back of the lot line, but it's not cleared there. The slope goes up quite a bit as soon as you get in the back of the house. So,
Yeah, we know about that mountain back there.
so we
Half of it now, but
we've had a few people looking at it, weighing options just to get,
but I was gonna say by conversion though, would you need a variance? You wouldn't need a
no,
variance.
we wouldn't need a variance to
I
convert.
mean, even though currently you're at 17.3 from the front,
Yeah, you would only need 10,000 square feet, I believe, to convert it, which we're over that.
so I'm still, so if you could convert it to a two-family and then build additions on it, wouldn't that be almost what you're looking for then?
With this foundation, by the time you convert it and you put multiple foundations attached to this foundation, it's, you're, to install a two-family there, or it's just not feasible, that is, if that did work, it's real money in the ground there, so it, everybody tries to make it work.
But you're saying this foundation is crumbling, so you have to redo the foundation anyways?
No, the foundation's not crumbling. It's just where it sits on the lot.
Uh-huh.
It sits too deep in the lot, so it does bring in water. And back then in the 56, there's no footing under it. So today's building laws, you have to have a footing under it. So you're going to crank it up anyways to get out of the water table, and it's impossible to do that with an existing foundation.
And I understand that just forgive me, the lot line cuts through the corner here or the boundary line between Wilmington and Woburn. Is that 11,550 all in, is that the entirety of the lot, including
Yes, that
Wilmington?
includes the clipped corner in Wilmington, yes.
It's a two-story structure that you're envisioning?
Excuse me?
A two-story structure that you
Yes.
built? Right now, it's a one-story, correct?
Right now, it's a
Right,
one-story
yeah.
ranch, yes, correct.
So right now, you're, what, roughly 3,500 square feet short on the lot size to,
Yeah, the exact number is, 1,450, yeah, so
okay, and where would, how many parking spaces would be proposed for the,
You would have 4 each with the garage, so if you count the garage, I'm not too sure if they count each one has a single garage, so that would be 5 spots. I do have a similar picture of what's proposed on the plot plan of what it would look like when it is finished, and it does show the parking when it's complete. If anybody wants to see it.
Yeah, I sure will.
Joe, do you need this back?
No, I do not.
If I can ask a question, Mr. Chair.
Of course.
What would your plan, if the variance went through and you had the duplex, because you're looking for it to be a duplex, obviously, with the picture and what's on the plan. What's the plan to, for the case of the water coming running off the hill? Are you thinking about French drains? Are you building up the land to bring the house up higher? Like, have you gone that far?
The idea to
into
get out of the
design?
water table, yes, would to elevate it.
You're gonna elevate up?
Yeah, you would elevate it, and to elevate it, you would have to, retain the front or whatnot, just to keep it up out of the ground, and then you have I'm sure the city has storm water.
Because you do have, you're saying that there's runoff as well from the hill behind?
You can't physically see the runoff, and I don't know if there's runoff physically, but
No.
it does, it
The water
is
tables?
underground, yes.
The water table. is
High
high.
water table.
Thank you.
What's the distance from the current house to the back lot line?
I don't have that dimension in here. So it's... Yes, 45, 50 feet to the lot line, but what's your backyard, about 20 feet till it starts sloping up?
So you're pushing the house further back, though, in order to get the driveway in the front.
Correct,
So you're getting closer to that ledge.
yes.
I'll just give you my feedback. I don't believe there's any justification to find a variance here. I mean, the law is pretty clear that you don't have enough square footage. And so having an undersized lot to meet the requirement of the zoning standard is not a hardship. It's ironic that you want to build a bigger building on a lot that you say is problematic because there's water runoff, but you want to put a bigger building closer to the ledge and closer to any runoff. One doesn't justify the other. So I'm not going to be voting in favor of this request for a variance.
Yeah, well, the problem is the water, not the size of the building.
Yeah, the water runoff has nothing to do with the fact that the lot is undersized for what you want to do for it under the current, dimensional requirements for a new two-family. It has, there's absolutely no connection between the lack of square footage and the water runoff or the ledge. So, but in any event, I'm not going to be voting in favor of it. But I'm only just one vote. So how does the board wish to
Well,
proceed?
I tend to agree with you on that, and there was another issue I wanted to bring up too, and I don't know if it's even been settled, is if these ADUs, is it possible that if there's a two-family there, that each side are able to build one ADU, so there'd be actually four?
The second,
Units on-
the second ADU would require a special permit. The first could be built as of right.
On that small lot, though, that's something that we would have to consider, but I agree with you about your soil conditions with the water, et cetera, the slope in the back, that the lot is just too small for this new two-family to be built in there.
Any other questions, feedback, or discussion?
The only other comment I had real concerns about the traffic, the fact that you're gonna have a two-family, that many more cars, and that is right near the bend of 38 coming south, and that road's like a speedway. So it's a bit concerning, hazardous.
May I just ask the applicants too, this Glen Avenue in back there,
That is a paper road, that's the actual, I don't know the area that well, but that's a paper road, and it's the hill that goes out back. Looking at it from the city.
yeah, I don't know what the legal things are, but I don't know if that, you could perhaps maybe try and acquire that from the city to get more square footage for her lot, I'm not sure, but...
City, it looks like it was a paper road on the old zoning map that got built out probably because of the, the sloping conditions.
I know way back there, they have their, Wilmington has their recycling area, correct? Their
Yeah, I don't know.
yard debris drop off.
I know where that is, but I don't know.
That's way back there,
Yeah,
I
correct.
think. But,
How does the board wish to proceed?
Doesn't seem we have the votes to.
So in order for the variance to pass, 4 of the 5 voting members would need to vote in favor of it, and no one's made a motion to approve it. Is there a motion to deny it?
well, I think before that, I would give the petitioners the option to leave to withdraw without prejudice. And,
Yeah, I don't get the sense that there are enough votes here
Okay, could I get-
to rule in favor of it.
Ask you a question on that ADU. I know you mentioned an ADU, but when you said ADU, I'm not too sure of those bylaws. Was that attached or detached that you were?
yeah,
Could
it
be
can either
either.
be both. This new state law, which supersedes our zoning laws, so. For instance, you could rebuild that house that, right here, and then build a 900 square foot ADU
Yep.
off to the side of it, rent it out or whatever. My question was if it's a duplex, can each side, but Chairwoman cleared that up with the second ADU would be via special permit, which is a much lesser standard than a variance. So,
Want to clarify that? It just,
yeah, it's something to look into, though, you know?
Heard about them, but not familiar with.
So we can either, I can ask for a vote, or you could
If I would,
seek leave to withdraw.
so an ADU, you don't need a variance, right? They're by right?
So there's a new state law and a new city ordinance. It's not really my position to give you legal advice on ADUs.
So if I would draw without prejudice, then we got
Depending
the
on
option
this-
to come back if it needed a variance.
You may not
May not need it.
If you submit an application that qualifies with the parameters that are set forth
Yep.
for ADUs, you wouldn't need a variance or a special permit. It could be issued as of right by the building commissioner.
Yep.
But you'd need to submit a plan that complies
Correct,
with the,
we'd have to go to option.
yeah. So, so would you like the board to, you want me to ask for a vote?
I would just withdraw without prejudice if that's is better for me, or for Mrs. Lorraine. That means we could come back.
All right, so let me ask the
Yeah,
property
it
owner.
is, and it's like we haven't,
So, I'm sorry, so I appreciate that she's authorized you to speak, but the petitioner is identified as Lorraine Macario. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, you
Want
got
to
you got
withdraw
the
the
last name.
petition?
Yeah, speak a little louder.
Do you want to withdraw? I don't believe there's enough votes to grant the variance, so we can go to a vote and find out for sure, but you need 4 of 5, and it doesn't appear that you have that. So you do have the option to withdraw the request for a variance if you want to.
Yeah, no withdrawal. Yes.
Madam Chair, before there's a vote, could you ask the audience if there's anybody in the audience?
Absolutely, thank you for reminding me. Is there anyone in the audience who cares to be heard in connection with this request for a variance at 1100 Main Street? If you want to withdraw, then I would ask the board how it wishes to proceed with this request to withdraw.
without prejudice, so moved.
Second.
All in favor of the pending motion?
Right.
Okay, so the board has granted your request to withdraw
Okay.
the request for the variance without prejudice.
All right.
Okay? All right, good luck with your property.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Chairman, members of the
Okay,
board.
take care.
Thank you, Gordon.
Welcome.
Joe, I'll be in touch.
All right, so the second item on our agenda is not going forward this evening. It'll be happening in November. Do we have our November
We
date?
do have a November date.
19th. Mid-19th.
Then the, item 3 on the agenda is approval of the meeting minutes, and I confess I completely forgot to review.
That's okay. Send them to me.
Like, literally until I sat down, I went,
It was a long meeting, too.
yes.
Can I confirm, is our November the 19th?
November 19th, yes. And the city clerk has also asked me if the board would not mind setting a date for the December meeting.
Sure.
The third Wednesday would be the 17th, I believe.
Yep.
Unless you want to meet Christmas Eve.
17th. 17th.
We might have nobody.
December 7th.
I'll bring all the fish.
And then we're all going to go to Mark's house after.
Right.
You're all welcome.
Feeling well,
I got plenty of fish.
I'm fine with the 17th of December.
Agree.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to request a motion to accept the meeting minutes as prepared.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Item 4 is any other matter that may legally be before the board. I'm not aware that there is such a matter. So I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? All right, we are adjourned until November 19th.